Thank God it's Friday. Monday's a brand new start. Wednesday, you're halfway home, and Thursday, the weekend's not far. Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. What can you say about Tuesday? Nothing, not a damn thing. Tuesday bites, Tuesday sucks, Tuesday blows, go away. Tuesday's crap, Tuesday's lame, Tuesday's dumb, go away. Tuesday, Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. What can you say about Tuesday?
Nothing. 9 degrees.
Yeah, it's another cold one. Chilly.
Single digits. But creeping into the teens after today. Not that it's really going to feel all that different, but hopefully by Sunday, we'll see temps up near 30 degrees again.
Mm-hmm. And you can burp your house.
Yeah, and get the vehicle through the car wash. Yeah, looking at a high of about 25, maybe 30.
Warming up slightly. It's going to feel a lot warmer, that's for sure.
Definitely. Grant Bilse of the Wisco Sports Show is going to join us just after 8 o'clock. Find out his reaction to all sorts of things. We obviously had the conference championship games this weekend in the AFC and the NFC. A little preview of the Super Bowl. We'll talk to him about his excursion to the Super Bowl, see if we can get his schedule for when he's going to be in Santa Clara, California?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And obviously also get his reaction to the big trade for the Brewers as they sent Freddie Peralta to the Mets.
Yeah.
Lots of other stuff to get to. Obviously, bad news, happy music. Somebody is apparently signing up for things at trade shows or businesses with our phone number, apparently. And we're getting messages about bathroom remodels.
Sweet.
From several different businesses, thanks to this gentleman. I'm going to try to dive down a hole here and figure out what's going on with this guy.
We could use one. Bathroom remodel.
Well,
nice.
We need a whole building remodel. All right, we're putting lipstick on a pig right now with the paint and the carpeting. What we really need to do is have actual legitimate heat in the bathroom so that you're not sitting on a block of ice.
Gas station this week when we were traveling down to my mom's. And it was obviously super cold. And their bathrooms, the women's was like on the corner of the outside. So, the back wall of it was on the outside. So, was it in
the store, but in the back, on the outside wall? Kind of like the men's bathroom here?
Yes.
Okay.
So, it was inside.
It wasn't around the back of the building where you had to get a key?
No.
It was inside, but it was in the back, and it was obviously facing an exposed wall. Or an outside
exposed
wall.
Right? Because it was the back was here and the side was here. So, it was in the corner.
Well, that's the men's room here in the downstairs.
They had a electric fireplace in there. I sat down and I'm like, oh, this is lovely and toasty, right? Like you were just sitting right next to it.
Well, I don't even know if the bathroom, the men's room has a heat register. Like other than whatever they installed in the ceiling, above the urinals in the men's room here.
There's some sort of vent thing.
There is a metal, I don't know, I'm guessing you turn it on and it's got some kind of rod in it that heats up with electricity.
Sure.
But it's pointed up towards the ceiling, so what the hell good does that do?
Well, this place, thank you for your thoughtfulness of the electric fireplace. I was sitting on the toilet by the roar and the glow of the electric fireplace.
Well, I have no shame in admitting this. On very cold days when it's in the negatives and I have to go here, I will do one of two things. I will either go upstairs,
of course,
where they're a little bit warmer.
Why wouldn't you?
Or I will use the ladies' room because I'm the only person in the building.
Nobody's here,
and no one's here to interrupt my business while I'm in there. And it's about 5 to 10 degrees warmer in there than it is.
I'll get you a fireplace
in the men's room.
I thought it was a sweet service that the gas station offered.
Nice. Got to be, prepared.
Super cold is ending, though, by the weekend.
Hopefully. And we're looking at February, and it's right in our sights. It's coming up on Sunday, I believe, right? Sunday is February 1st, so lots to get to. RockMornings.com if you want to be a part of the program.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. A little bit of misinformation, it seemed like yesterday with this plane crash in Maine.
Oh, okay.
Originally, we had thought 8 people were dead, but it sounded like one person actually survived.
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding?
Yeah, multiple people dead after a business jet linked to a Houston law firm crashes in Maine.
But there's a survivor?
That was the report I read yesterday afternoon, and it's I'm having trouble trying to find, like, hardcore information about this crash. It happened just before 7 o'clock on Sunday night, involving a Bombardier Challenger 650, a wide-body business jet typically configured to carry between 9 and 11 passengers. The flight originated from Hobby Airport in Houston. Multiple people killed at the Bangor International Airport in Maine on Sunday night. The Bangor Airport director on Monday, yesterday, didn't give specifics of the people on board the flight, but according to an FAA report, 7 people were killed, 1 person was injured. Later Monday morning, the airport issued a release saying there were 6 people on board and all 6 were dead. So, again, very confusing trying to find out legitimate information as to what's actually going on. Maybe they are having trouble identifying the bodies and the remains. I mean, this thing obviously, was a complete wreck. But as I mentioned, I originally you'd heard everyone was dead. Then yesterday the report was that 7 people were dead, but 1 person was injured. You'd think that if they had an injured person, they would know that they came off that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
now they're saying 7, so I don't know.
Or maybe they had injuries and then they died and there wasn't a really good update on here, but not quite sure who's on the plane, but it was registered to a Houston address shared with the law firm Arnold and Itkin. So I guess, again, we'll continue to get updates on that deadly plane crash in Bangor, Maine. Former child star Tyler Chase. New pictures, not good. Apparently sleeping on his mother's porch behind a plywood barrier. This has, been about 4 or 5 months of this. Back in September, he was discovered on the streets of L.A., addicted to drugs and homeless. Several of his former co-stars were trying to get him help. One of them got him in a hotel room and got him clothes and was trying to get him checked into a rehab facility, and apparently they wouldn't take him. And then he disappeared and was seen, doing drugs again. And so, recent visit to his mom's house. Her name is Paula. Described the home as a safe space for her son. Not quite sure why he's sleeping outside, but
maybe
that's the rules.
That's the only options.
He, of course, was a star in Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. Unclear if he's welcome inside the house or if he's just allowed to crash on the porch there. But GoFundMe campaign for the former actor only raised about $1,200 before it got shut down. They claim that Tyler would just use the cash to do drugs as opposed to...
Yeah. His friends, like you said, and coworkers, countless offers from the police to get housing or to get some treatment, and he's refused those. And he's obviously in the swirl of his... state,
Sad. But new photos and videos of him apparently on his mother's porch and sleeping there and doing...
living there?
Kind of, I guess, or, taking up residency, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure if you heard over the weekend, but the former Olympic athlete who's now a drug kingpin...
Oh, yeah. No, I guess I didn't hear. But
yeah, so Ryan James Wedding, the former Canadian Olympic snowboarder, turned into an alleged drug kingpin.
Isn't he like FBI's most wanted?
Yeah, he was on the FBI's most wanted. Well, they got him, and he just pled not guilty during his first court appearance in Orange County on Monday. The charges were, of course, running a $1 billion drug trafficking ring, orchestrating multiple killings as well. He was brought in by U.S. Marshals into the courtroom for a quick appearance in front of a federal judge. Sat in the federal courtroom in a tan uniform over an orange shirt, had a maple leaf tattoo on his right upper arm, had a beard, kind of disheveled hair in the back of his head. He looked kind of out of it, just sort of staring. And Wedding answered mainly yes to the judge when he was asked questions about understanding the counts against him. Waived a reading of the 2 indictments against him, asked if his name was Ryan Wedding. He said, yes, it is. Attorney did not ask for bail, but said he may ask later. Judge ruled based on the info before him that no bail was warranted. He's to remain detained. He answered not guilty to the 2 indictments against him. Trial set for March 24th in downtown L.A. I'm sure this is going to be a sensational court TV type thing with this guy, but I mean, we've been following this for a while now with all those, remember the motorcycles?
Yes.
Hundreds and hundreds of motorcycles. Yes. And this guy isn't just, I mean, they're talking about this guy in the terms of like these Mexican cartels, like that kind of size operation and murdering lots and lots of people.
Fingers underneath where it branches out to other organizations and other people. And interesting. I did not hear that he was apprehended.
But yeah, he got apprehended by U.S. Marshals over the weekend and in court for the first time yesterday. Again, pleading not guilty to the 2 indictments. And we mentioned it yesterday. The beer is back. Yuengling.
Is it okay?
Is officially
I saw a bunch of people, bars
available in restaurants and bars. Yeah, the Yuengling beer making a return to Wisconsin. An appearance, and yesterday was the official release day. Now officially available in restaurants and bars across Wisconsin, America's oldest brewery continues its efforts to expand its reach into the Midwest and bring its nearly 2-century legacy to the state of Wisconsin. So it's good. They've got several different flavors, apparently, if you want to try the different ones. I'm not sure if every bar is going to have every single flavor they have available, but the one that we were drinking on Saturday night was delicious.
I drank beer with my friends. I liked beer. I still like beer.
For years, Wisconsinites have been asking when they'd finally be able to enjoy a cold Yuengling close to home, often smuggling our beer back from eastern states and sharing the excitement with us on social media. That day is finally here. We are so excited that our Wisconsin fans will no longer have to fill their car trunks with 6-packs of lager and can simply order one at their favorite restaurant or bar. And yeah, it's good. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Much like Spotted Cow, which has that kind of in Wisconsin only type thing. Yuengling was sort of like that, and now available in the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah, I guess a big launch party yesterday in Milwaukee.
There were launch parties at a bunch of bars in our area, too. So, again, it was good. Not bad. I know a buddy of mine said the other day that he normally drinks Blue Moon for the beer, that his go-to beer when he's out having some beers. He said that as soon as Yuengling's available, he's switching. He's going to the Yuengling from the Blue Moon, so he's excited about that.
First time ever in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Obviously a rich beer history here and appreciation for quality brews, so part of the tradition now.
We'll get to sports in a couple of minutes. Right now, it's Amy Lee with Poppy. End of you.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
First, we had Rock and Roll Parking Lots featuring incredible video from the parking lot of a Judas Priest concert back in the 80s, which was just spectacular.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
Rock and Roll Parking Lot.
Yes.
The just the hair, the clothing, the beer cans,
the
like the
coolers,
old metal.
Yeah.
I mean, just everything about it was awesome. The ticket prices.
Shorts.
Yes. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I urge you to go to YouTube and Google or search for Rock and Roll Parking Lot. And it was shot at a Judas Priest concert many years ago.
Everything.
And everything was awesome, right? The flow, just the girls, the guys, the Marbs, everybody smoking Marbs. Now there's a new Judas Priest movie coming out, directed by Tom Morello, formerly of Rage Against the Machine. Tom Morello revealing details of his directorial debut, a documentary about Judas Priest. Tom Morello teaming up with Banger Films' Sam Dunn for a documentary called The Ballad of Judas Priest, getting its world premiere at the 76th Annual Berlin International Film Festival between February 12th and the 22nd. Obviously, it'll premiere there, and then eventually it'll end up on a streaming platform, maybe on a website.
Its way to particular maybe theaters.
But yeah, Tom Morello working on a documentary about Judas Priest. Should be out sometime soon. Again, it's premiering at the Berlin International Film Festival in just a couple of weeks. Be interested to see what it's got. Bucks have lost 2 in a row, 6 of their last 8. They play tonight in Philly against the 76ers. That game on Peacock and NBC. Giannis's potential return date uncertain as the Bucks forward recovers from a calf strain that he had said would keep him out 4 to 6 weeks. Unfortunately, there's no set time on that. The two-time MVP also said after the Bucs' loss on Friday to Denver that an MRI would determine whether or not he had a calf or soleus strain in his right leg. Bucs head coach Doc Rivers confirmed the calf strain diagnosis yesterday, but didn't speculate on when Giannis would return. He said there's really no timetable. NBA trade deadline is coming up in a few weeks as well. Badger men's basketball plays tonight at home against Minnesota. Excuse me, that's tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. Not tonight, tomorrow night.
Got it. Kohl Center.
Badgers at home in the Kohl Center against Minnesota. They had a 5-game winning streak, then they lost on Sunday to USC, so looking to maybe start another winning streak. There's only a handful of games left in the regular season. Obviously, March Madness is only about a month and a half away. I know. Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders is being added to the Pro Bowl games roster. He'll replace Drake May. Obviously, Drake May going to be busy getting ready for the Super Bowl. Doesn't have time for Pro Bowl games. But Shedeur Sanders, many people on the internet very upset about that. I don't know why people care. Who cares?
It's It's the Pro Bowl. Is it?
It's not even it's not a game. It's not an honor to go. Everybody knows he didn't get it. He didn't earn it. Everybody knows he threw more interceptions than touchdowns. Everybody relax. Who cares? So he gets to add it to his resume. Who gives a rat's ass?
Does it?
Pro Bowl quarterback. Everyone knows it's a fake. It's just, I don't know why people get mad about stuff like that.
They feel someone else got slighted?
Oh, yeah, certainly. And there's a bunch of other quarterbacks that had a better season. I don't disagree with that. But this is also a attempt by the NFL to get more eyes on the game, right? It's a product that they're trying to push. And so they're going to put Shedeur in because they think that a lot of people might tune in to see Shedeur as opposed to take your pick of the other AFC quarterbacks. That, not to mention, dude, a lot of these quarterbacks don't want to go.
I was just going to say, here's...
Because they're injured and they're like, look, dude, I'm already on vacation.
The season's over.
I'm done. I've been done for a while. I'm good. Yeah. But Shedeur taking Drake May's place. And former NFL quarterback Phillip Rivers officially withdrawing from the Buffalo Bills coaching search. This guy's never coached at the collegiate or professional level, just coaches his kids' high school football team. Made a comeback this season with the Colts, played 3 games. And then the Bills, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, brought him in for their coaching search. Like, what? I think it might have been a favor type thing where this is what the process looks like in the for interviewing for a head coach, which is different, obviously, than being a player or being a head coach at a high school. So maybe he has aspirations to eventually become a collegiate coach or a NFL head coach.
And so they just wanted to
let him
dip his toes in it or something?
Right, sort of as a favor, like, hey, we'll have you in and we'll show you kind of how it all works and give you a rundown, all that stuff. And it looks good on a, potential resume. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, yeah, the Bills were interested in me. Not really, but...
No.
Anyways, Grant Bilse will join us after 8 o'clock. We'll obviously talk more Super Bowl stuff with him. A couple weeks away from that. Start talking about some Brewer stuff, see what his thoughts are on Giannis as well, now that he's out for several weeks with the injury. And we'll get to some Foo Fighters here in a couple minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Who's ready to have some fun?
Guess what it is today? Get excited about it.
Today is National Chocolate Cake Day.
Hey, where's that chocolate cake?
Love morning cake.
We brought a chocolate cake. It's National Chocolate Cake Day today.
Chocolate is for cake.
It's National Chocolate Cake Day. National Chocolate Cake Day today.
Hey, give me a slice.
Showtime!
It's your jam.
Dad is great. Give us the chocolate cake. Can we even reference that anymore?
Yeah, sure.
National Chocolate Cake Day. Also Holocaust Memorial Day, on a more serious note. And also Thomas Crapper Day. January 27th celebrates Thomas Crapper Day. Thomas Crapper was a London plumber who, in the 1860s, popularized the flushing toilet, and sanitary plumbing made toilets and bathroom fixtures a global success. Thomas Crapper Day, January 27th.
On just a serious note with the Holocaust, if you ever get a chance to go to D.C., I highly, highly recommend the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. It was hunting and educational and
They've
inspiring and just, it's so amazingly set up and done, and it's just,
They have a Holocaust memorial in Boston as well over by Faneuil Hall Marketplace, and it's
same kind
especially at night when you can see it when it's lit up. It's not as big, obviously, as the one in D.C., but
highly recommend. It was my, you can't say it's your favorite museum, but it stood out in all of the museums that we did. It was, it's amazing.
Television tonight, today, I should say, the series premiere of Wonder Man on Disney Plus. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II plays an aspiring actor who auditions for a superhero remake while secretly having actual superpowers. Ben Kingsley is returning from the MCU as Trevor Slattery, the failed actor that we saw in Iron Man 3 and Shang-Chi. He was the one who played the Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. Remember that? Mm-hmm. We thought he was a terrorist, but ended up being an actor. Well, he's back, and he's coaching Wonder Man in the series premiere of Wonder Man on Disney Plus today.
A superhero remake. Not exactly what we'd expect from an Oscar-winning director.
This is the moment. It's everything. If I get this close and I miss...
I'm gonna need you to sign this to confirm you don't have superpowers.
Yeah. I need to be in this movie. Shaw, I was born to play this character.
Acting is the sum of everything you've experienced. The joy, sadness, loss, heartbreak.
Wonder Man makes its premiere on Disney Plus today. Looks all right. I'm sure it'll tie in somehow to the MCU and the upcoming Avengers Doomsday movie. Episode 7 of Fallout Season 2 is on Amazon today. Episode 3 of Star Search on Netflix today. Also on Netflix, a new stand-up special from Mike Epps called Delusional.
I don't know how people get in these long up relationships, because you ought to be able to tell on the first date. Serious. People tell you who the they are. Like, you sitting there with a woman and you just say, girl, you crazy. If she say, I know, everybody say that. It's time to get the out right now. Let's stop right now. Don't order nothing else. Let's go. Same with you ladies. You sitting there with a guy, y'all sitting there, some other got diamonds on, got a big Rolls Royce. You're like, so what do you do? And he's like, yeah, I got a lawn care service. And you done got excited, and you finna get indicted. Both of y'all going to jail.
What's that on Netflix?
Netflix, new stand-up special from Mike Epps called Delusional. I like Mike Epps. It's very, very funny. Also on NBC tonight, you got back-to-back games. 2 for Tuesday, coast to coast. Starting with the 76ers hosting the Milwaukee Bucks on NBC and Peacock. That game kicks off at 7 p.m., and that's followed by the Utah Jazz hosting the LA Clippers at about 10 p.m. on NBC and Peacock. Also tonight, new episodes of Best Medicine, Will Trent, High Potential, and Doc. All of the late-night shows are new. Kevin James is going to be on with Jimmy Fallon. He's also going to be talking to Derek Rose, who just had his number retired, or stuck in the rafters there in Chicago. Kimmel's new with Jacob Elordi, Niecy Nash Betts, and your guy, Jason Isbell, in the 400 unit, performing on Kimmel's show tonight.
Thanks.
Sam Rockwell is on with Stephen Colbert, and then Colbert is going to be on with Seth Meyers. Weird. No new releases today in terms of DVDs that you can pick up on your way home. However, Netflix yesterday did drop the trailer for the new Miracle on Ice documentary. Have you seen this?
I did not.
So obviously the 1980s U.S. hockey team beating the Russians.
11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
It's called Miracle, The Boys of 80. And they dropped the trailer for it yesterday. If you haven't seen the trailer, you can go online and check it out. It tells the story of the 1980 U.S. men's hockey team and the Miracle on Ice, the never-before-seen footage from a 16-millimeter camera, so kind of a cool vintage vibe to it. Obviously, we've seen the footage from the broadcast. but includes firsthand stories from the players as they return to the scene of the famous victory over the Soviet Union in the semifinals in the 1980 games in Lake Placid, New York. That drops on Netflix, by the way, on Friday. So the trailer came out yesterday, and the actual documentary comes out on Friday. The Boys of 80. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch. I am making my way through Landman.
Yeah.
So we just started episode 2 of season 2. There's some.
How many seasons are there?
Just 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
I only have a few shows left, but.
is it getting weird?
Not weird.
I heard there's a stripper, Sam Elliott, and a stripper massage stripper. Yeah, sure. She gets hired to be his physical therapist, essentially. Okay, but she's a stripper?
Yes.
Okay, so then she does a little extra?
Well, I haven't gotten quite that far, but I've seen a bunch of highlights on TikTok, so I know that she does aquatic therapy in the pool with him.
Hey-o!
Hey-o! Hey-o! So there's that.
Not a fan of the pool stuff. Too many chemicals. I mean, it's okay if it's like when you're in junior high and you're just doing like rubbing and heavy petting and stuff like that. But anything with insertion, you're asking for trouble there.
He's mostly floating, and she's like, she's holding him.
One of these?
No, like in her leg. It's Sam Elliott. He's 70 years older than her.
Oh, he's got to be older than 70. He's got to be like 80.
No, I know. I mean, older than her.
Oh, older than her.
Yeah.
So they're consenting adults.
We'll see.
Do whatever the hell they want.
I haven't got that far.
Is she a consenting adult, or do I? No.
Yeah. No. Yes.
All
of
right.
course. Sure.
I have no idea.
Yes, she is. I'm sure of it. Yes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Not the first time. Definitely not going to be the last time. A cat escaped from a family's camper when they stopped at a gas station in Spain. Going on a little family trip.
Kitty cat's going with.
Cat is going with, safely in the camper, the RV.
Locked up in there.
But then somebody decides to open the door or window or whatever, and the cat says, I'm out of here. Mm-hmm. A cat that escaped from the owner's camper in Spain 5 months ago just showed up less than a mile away from their home in France. He apparently walked 155 miles to get home. The person who found the cat less than a mile away from the cat's original home in France said they had been feeding the cat for about a month before they finally caught him and scanned his microchip. So this cat wanders around, kind of knows it's in the area.
It goes from Spain to France, trying to get home.
Didn't even have a passport, just managed to cross the border. And was hanging out in some alleyway when this guy, gal, whoever it is, started feeding the cat, right? Maybe leaving out some kibble.
Yep. You've
Saw
done
the cat
that
hanging
for cats
around.
in your neighborhood?
And no, I haven't. I'm not feeding other people's cats. I got to feed my own. I know you have. You're a crazy hippie. I'm not. I don't want the cats coming around my house. I want them to stay away.
So he finally was able to grab it.
Was able to finally get his hands on the cat and bring it to the vet, get it microchipped, the microchip scanned, and then biggity bam, found out, hey.
The house is right around the corner to the left?
Yeah. Patrick and Evelyn, who live in France, said their cat, Filou, apparently jumped out of an open window in their camper back in August of last year at a gas station in Spain. Located near the French border, about 155 miles away from their home.
Jeez, how is that even a thing?
They didn't notice the cat was gone till the following morning. Returned to the gas station twice in the last, next couple of days and weeks, but no one in the area. Probably put up some posters. Started to give up hope, obviously, as the months passed. But they knew they had the cat microchipped, right? So they're hoping maybe somebody finds him stray, picks him up. Maybe the dog catcher comes along.
Well, and you notify probably the Humane Society or whatever that animal, service is in that area that, hey, if this cat comes in, it's ours.
But then about a week ago, January 9th, they got a call from a resident less than a mile away from their house reporting that Filou had been found. The woman said she'd been feeding the cat outdoors since December, noticed he was very thin, appeared to be coughing, took the cat to the local vet where the microchip was scanned and identified him as Filou. And now he's on the mend and he's back home with mom and dad. 155 miles, that cat was like, I'm out of
And
here.
then it ends up where it can basically see its house down the road.
Kinda. Also, there was a recent write-up in the Washington Post, which is probably behind a paywall because newspapers are idiots. Big write-up on a group of high schoolers in Virginia who take shop class. And they fix up old cars. And then they donate them to single moms.
Yep.
We're struggling.
I've heard about this program.
Working, trying to make ends meet. Don't always have a lot of extra cash for a new car. About 24 kids work on the cars each and every semester as part of the school's auto repair program. It's sponsored by a charity called Giving Words. They've been doing it for 8 years, and they donate about 5 cars every single year.
When you walk into this automotive lab, it's a showcase of lifelong learning. Students, hands-on, learning skills that's going to go for a lifetime, and not only to help themselves, but help others as well.
We just gave away another SUV to a single mom. So they give tons of cars away to single moms. They sometimes give cars away to students. The last one we did, we roll up the garage door, and like the moment of surprise, like you have to be there to see it.
That student's working on that car, and he's putting forth all that effort, but he doesn't know the emotion that's going to come when he sees that mom come in tears.
Giving something that someone needs, it feels good.
A lot of times these single moms have no idea they're getting a vehicle gifted to them. And as you heard there, they open up the garage door and there's a car that's been refurbished and beautified by this high school shop class with a big red bow on the hood. And this is at Louisa County High School in Mineral, Virginia. The school's auto tech students repairing the donated used cars and then giving them away to single moms who could use a lift.
There are similar programs throughout the country, and I believe in the Cooley region, Chariots for Hope is a program that offers vehicle repair shop on an on-need basis for transportation. I don't know if it's exactly wrapped into the whole high school program or if it's more with like a technical college or whatever, but I do know that they help with transportation repairs. But that's such a cool program because kids are learning skills and figuring out if that's what they want to do for the rest of their lives and go into that line of work. And you know, the car was no good before, now it is, and it goes to a family who can use it. It's a cool program. What a cool
Well, and you talk about a skill that you can take with you for the rest of your life. Learning even just minimal amounts of knowledge about working on your vehicle, whether it's changing the oil or changing the tire or any of that stuff. I mean, you think about how many people are driving around there in you know, these effed up cars because they can't do any maintenance on their own. And let's be perfectly honest, it's very expensive to fix cars nowadays. So, yeah, you just decide, all right, well, that's a bill I'm not going to pay because I can't. So I'm just going to drive around with this busted-ass car. But if you had a little bit of knowledge from shop class when you were growing up, you might be able to fix that stuff. Might be able to order that mirror off the internet and put it on your car yourself. Change your headlight, those kind of things.
And then a deserving family at the end has safe transportation.
They might.
Cool.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Grant Bill is going to join us about an hour from now.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Now, I don't know if the guy's name is actually Don or if he's just using that name along with our phone number to sign up for things. But over the last several days, we have gotten a lot of text messages from a couple of different companies that are looking to set up some sort of appointment with someone named Don.
So he went to like a home show or something like that?
It feels like that, right? Because, look, we've all done this. I'm not going to put these businesses out there. They're not on blast. I'm not mad at them. They're doing their job. So you go to a trade show or you go to a home show, whatever, the camping show, whatever it is, and you put your name in the box and you sign up to win a gift card, and the next thing you know, you get a text, you get a phone call, you get an email.
You're like, I am interested in new windows perhaps down the road 2 or 3 years from now.
But you usually put your contact info on the sheet, on the slip of paper. You don't put our phone number on there, which is what this person, I don't know if, again, their name is Don, but both of these companies that have been reaching out to us for the last week or so
Dear Don,
are looking for Don. One of them says, I'm not going to say the company's name.
Yeah.
Hi, Don, this is so-and-so. We received your request for a free in-home estimate on your shower remodel, bath replacement, or tub-to-shower conversion.
Ooh, sounds nice.
Would you like me to schedule that estimate for you? Reply stop anytime to stop the text messages. That was at 3:15 on Friday. And then 2 hours later, without us responding, because Don's not getting these texts. We are. 2 hours later on Friday at 5:20, let me know if you have any questions or if you'd like to book. Happy to help. Then on Saturday at 5:25 p.m., hi, Don, just checking in. Can I get you on the schedule ASAP?
Yeah.
How does this week look?
I'd love to have a look at that.
And then again yesterday on Monday at 5:30 in the afternoon. These are obviously all scheduled. This is coming from AI, a computer or service or whatever.
Right, reaching out to Don.
Following up again here, we still have some spots open. Would you like to book? I responded this morning and said, someone gave you a fake number. This is a radio station. No one named Don works here. And then I got an automated response at 4 a.m. that said, my apologies for the confusion, yada, yada, yada. That was the first company. The second company.
Say more of that.
Very much the same. On Monday morning.
Okay, what do we have?
At about 11 a.m., we got a text said, hey, Don, it's so-and-so. I got your information from the form you submitted. Please let us know what services you are looking to have done. If you'd rather not talk over text, reply end. I again responded, someone sent you a fake number. This is a radio station. No one named Don works there. They said, thanks for reaching out. We're currently closed. We want to confirm when you received yada, yada,
Thanks,
yada.
Don. I appreciate it.
So I don't know who Don is or if your name is actually Don, but Don, get a new gig. Stop sending in our phone number to these people.
Although it sounds like Don's maybe going to do some freshening up in 2026 to his home.
Because, Don, if I catch you and I find out who you are and I get your phone number, oh boy, there's going to be pizzas and porno movies delivered to your house on a daily.
I think it's
Stop
great.
it. Grow up. We did get a text. I mentioned this earlier this morning. I wanted to hit on this, and Dan texted in right away. Everybody's got one of these stories, right? About the calls and the texts and the companies that won't give up. Dan said, Brian, let me tell you about my chronic wrong number. See, and this isn't even a wrong number. Someone did this on purpose.
Unless they were one digit off.
I've worked at my current job for 12 years. This is Dan. He says, I just keep getting calls on my work cell phone for Jacqueline. Apparently she is or was a nanny. For 8 years, I was getting calls and texts for nanny. She must now live in Kansas City because I get calls from businesses there like politicians, real estate agents. My favorite way I've messed with them is 1, I've told them they just ruined my witness protection program. And 2, I agreed to selling several properties. So, yes, stop on tomorrow evening if we go over the contract. How about some Jackal this morning? Thanks, Dan.
That's funny.
Yeah, look, I could have replied end and stop, and that would have been the end of it, whatever, and they'll figure it out, these companies. I'm sure this happens all the time. But
Jacqueline, huh?
Jacqueline looking for some nannies. It'd be funny if you took one of the jobs and then showed up. Just be like, hey, I'm Jacqueline.
Here to watch your children.
What, you were expecting someone else? Didn't you Google me? Put me in the CCAP machine?
That's good.
Yeah. We all have stories about that.
Yeah,
my
one
wife,
digit off, and it's...
My wife is constantly getting robocalls from some website or something. I don't know. I don't get very many of those. Do you?
No, me either. Fingers crossed, right? You stop them as soon as you get them.
But someone named Don.
It's looking for a bathroom remodel. If you can find them, maybe you can take a look at it.
They're not cheap.
Oh, real nice, though.
I mean, yeah.
Real nice.
Real nice.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for the text messages this morning.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. Sorry to hear about Jacqueline.
I think it sounds like he's taking it with a grain of salt after all these years.
Yeah, I just don't answer my phone. If it ain't someone in my contact, I'm not answering it at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds like they're sending him texts too.
Stop. I hit stop and block real quick. Real quick. Here's your Jackal, Dan. Sorry that you're getting these text messages and
it's been years
phone
now.
calls looking for Jacqueline.
Very used to it.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Jackal for Dan, who's getting text messages for 8 years and phone calls on his work cell, looking for Jacqueline for some daycare. Oof.
Hang in there, buddy.
I like the witness protection program thing.
I do.
It's funny. Bucks losing 2 in a row, 6 of their last 8. They are in Philly tonight to take on the 76ers without Giannis. That game tips off at 7 p.m. on NBC and Peacock. Badger men's basketball at home against the Gophers tomorrow night. That game tips off at 8 p.m. It'll be on the Big Ten Network. A mother and father apparently brought their 2 young sons to watch the Houston Texans play the Arizona Cardinals at NRG Stadium on December 14th.
Is there a problem with that?
Gonna be. It was the family's first NFL game, which they attended with a group of their friends from the Houston area youth football league. Their oldest son, an outgoing 8-year-old who lives and breathes football, was extremely excited, but his parents say their kid's game day experience was corrupted when an Aramark employee allegedly pulled down the boy's pants and attempted to sexually assault him in a stadium bathroom.
Oh, my God. What?
According to a civil lawsuit that the family filed just a week ago in Harris County, Texas, they have accused a former Aramark employee, a guy named Uche Nixon, who's also facing criminal charges related to this incident. Other defendants are Aramark and ASM Global, known as Legends Global, the company that manages the NRG Park where the Texans Stadium is located. The suit claims that Aramark was negligent in hiring Nixon, who has court records showing a criminal history of sexual misconduct, and argues that both Aramark and ASM Global failed in their duty to provide a safe environment at NRG Stadium. So now they're suing for an undisclosed amount of money, and this guy's also facing criminal charges related to that incident.
So they knew he had some sort of sexual deviant history and hired him?
I don't know if the family probably didn't, right? The kid goes to the bathroom.
I mean the company that he was employed by.
Yeah, or they didn't do their due diligence, or he used a fake name, or who knows. But, yeah, they're suing now, and either going to go to court or more than likely there'll be an out-of-court settlement here. Someone's getting a lot of money. Last but not least, I love a good conspiracy, Gene. Do you?
It depends, but yes, usually. Is this about gambling?
No, this is about my wonderful, awesome, spectacular New England Patriots.
There's a what's a scandal?
Not a scandal, a conspiracy.
What's happening?
Two different things.
What is it?
Prior to the start of the season, the NFL put out a graphic featuring a player on every single team. One player from every team, and they're all walking towards the Super Bowl arena. Right? The start of the season, all these players, they're heading towards the Super Bowl. That's where they're going.
So who they picked and what they were doing or whatever is
the caption on the graphic teasing the Super Bowl, which is number 60, featured the Lombardi Trophy in the background, and upon first glance, nothing suspicious. Then you dig a little deeper,
then you look closer,
which is what fans have done now that the Patriots and the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl together.
And
quick to point out that the Patriots quarterback Drake May, who is the representative from the New England Patriots, and the Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold, who is also, of course, the representative on this poster for his team, are both front and center. They're the ones closest to the Lombardi Trophy. They're right in the front of all the other players. Go ahead and look at it. Extremely close to the Lombardi Trophy, cries over the graphic, reaching a point where a league PR person, Brian McCarthy, responded to it saying there was, quote, no controversy over the image. But we did get a phone call yesterday, a voicemail from a guy who said the NFL is scripted. And maybe it is. The NFL releasing this graphic before the season, showing Drake May, the Patriots quarterback, and Sam Darnold, the Seahawks quarterback, extremely close to getting the Lombardi Trophy before the season even began. And here we are at the end of it, Gene. And guess who's representing the two teams in the Super Bowl?
Okay, I'm trying to look at the stupid image here.
Drake May and Sam Darnold.
Oh, is that 10 and 1? Is that the two right there in the middle? Is that their numbers? Oh, I see. Coincidence?
A coincidence, Gene?
Or conspiracy?
Or conspiracy. A new conspiracy theory from people who are upset that the Patriots are back in the Super Bowl.
Oh, there it is.
See it?
That's why NFL's rigged.
So you think that now? Is this?
Thanks to our listener from yesterday dropping a voicemail on us about the NFL being rigged.
Before the season ever started, huh? Preseason NFL promo poster.
Yeah. Again, before anybody even played a down of regular-ass season football. The NFL puts this graphic out, and they're like, who should we put in the front? I don't know, Drake May, Sam Darnold. Just put them up there. And then here we are.
Close to the Lombardi. 32 teams with February dreams. We're so back.
Got a email from Matt. Said the worst/funniest phone number prank I've heard of was someone writing another person's phone number inside of a construction site porta potty with instructions to text pictures of your finished business from the porta potty. The recipient of this prank eventually had to change his number because his number never got removed and he kept getting pictures of poo for over a year. Yeah, at that point you got to it's never going to end. So you might as well just change your number.
Just concede defeat and...
Well, yeah, I mean, like people have been doing that forever with it for a good time call. You know, and you put your buddy's number or whatever, some person you can't stand, you put their number in there.
After a while, you're like, yeah, I can't look at that anymore. I'm not taking those pictures.
Did that to my buddy Jeff Cecil.
I know.
For a long time. He gets
he
violently ill just at the sight of poop. Just at the sight of it.
Yes.
And when I found that out, I just would not stop texting him pictures of my poop. It would be morning, noon, and night. I gave it up eventually because I like him. He's an actual friend of mine. But I had a blast doing it. Thanks for the email, Matt. Appreciate it. Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find our contact info on the website, rockmornings.com. Someone texting in saying, I think it's comical that the Steelers hired Mike McCarthy. Okay. I mean, he was a successful coach in Green Bay for many years. Didn't have a lot of success in Dallas, but who has? Brenda texting in, go Patriots, go. And somebody else texting in, sounds like Don might be the Jerky Boys reincarnated. Yeah, he's just pulling pranks. He's not calling in.
No,
he's
he just put
giving our
number
in sign-ups for various businesses that look to remodel his bathroom. So thanks for the correspondence.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
You still got that guy coming over your house, cleaning the place?
Once in a while.
Didn't you hire a guy?
Last year when things were crazy, I did, yes.
You say that like things are never not crazy.
They were really, really crazy at the time, though,
Things are
right?
always,
we had impending graduation.
Your
and
entire life is
visitors
crazy.
All over the country.
It's always crazy.
Yeah.
I like
It was
how
a
you
very
said that.
busy
Like
time.
at that time, it was crazy,
was crazy.
But now it's just regular crazy.
Yes.
It was so crazy. Gene had to hire a cleaner.
I needed help for a
What's
little
the
bit.
situation there? What does he come over once a month?
Yeah.
And what is the requirement? Like vacuuming, dusting?
The things I really care about at this point is like the showers,
the deep
and tubs and stuff that I don't really.
That girl, I dream about her. I dream about the thing that she did to my shower.
She cleaned it so
good. It
good.
was unbelievable. It was nicer than the day we moved in. And no one had showered in it when we moved in. It was that brand new. The guy didn't even
installed it and then sold the house.
Well, no, they hadn't been living in the house for like several years, and he was still working on it, finishing up little things here and there. And when we moved in, he's like, yeah, the shower's never been used. I said, what? And then this girl came over and cleaned it, and it was newer than that. And she took it back in time.
Yeah.
I don't know how she did it.
Those are the things I like because it's whatever.
So
dusting, vacuuming, mopping. I do that all the time, right? It's
deep cleaning stuff. All right. There's a bit of a debate on the internet. So I don't know if you saw this.
But I like debates on the internet.
Does he just come over, or are you there? Is it
typically my husband is there?
Mike's usually there, right?
But I would leave him alone.
Okay, and you have faith that he's doing the job. Obviously, you can see the results when it comes to the bathroom.
Yes.
Well, a couple apparently hit a bunch of plastic ducts in their home to see if their hired cleaner did the actual job. Was this part of the job, was to find these ducts? We've had, this is another reason why we stopped doing our parties. Not only was it very expensive and arduous to put all this together for our annual backyard barbecue, and we did it for a long, long time and we loved it, but it just kind of had come to an end. We had several friends over the last couple of years start leaving things behind, like funny little jokes.
I love that.
Yeah, sure. It's funny for you. But when you've got Busch Light bottles, empty Busch Light bottles popping up every time you open a cabinet that you haven't opened in a month, it's annoying. Brody from Great River Harley Davidson, I'm talking to you, you big dink. Yes. Laughing his ass off. Every time I'd find one, I'd send him a picture of it. Like, I found this in the drawer underneath the stove. Thanks a lot, We also have another couple of friends of ours, and they left. They're Jeep owners, so they get all these stupid little things, the ducks.
Yeah.
And they left a bunch of stuff around our house, too. And it's like, you open a drawer, and you're like, what the hell is this? Where did this come from?
So are they leaving these like under furniture or something? Because it depends on what the house cleaner does.
Someone tweeted an image. Someone tweeted an image of a note left for a person who was hired to clean their home, and apparently they were not trusted yet. The note said, to our cleaner, we hid 100 mini plastic ducks around the apartment. We do this to ensure a job well done. Please leave all the ducks in this jar. Photos of some of the hidden ducks included in the note so you know where they are. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, this sounds like these are the areas we want to have clean. The ducks will be in those areas, and we'll know you didn't clean them if we find the duck there.
Okay.
Unclear if the person who posted it on Twitter was the cleaner, the person who hired the cleaner, a friend, or someone looking for some social media engagement, but the internet got real active about this one.
All right.
Not only does this challenge feel a bit belittling, according to most people, it also doesn't seem to make much sense. If you hired someone to spend a certain amount of time cleaning your house, why would you want to distract them with a duck hunt? Lots of people commenting. Someone said, imagine taking the time and effort to hide 100 ducks when you could have just been cleaning your own home.
Yes, there you go. Right.
That's a lot of ducks, too. 100 ducks?
Well, and then you're putting them in, you're going around specifically putting them in places where maybe you could have just been dusting while you were down there.
Someone else said, I'd just fill the jar with the ducks, not clean anything, and leave forever.
Yes.
Since apparently a jar full of ducks is the definition of a thorough job. Somebody else said, I would hide them in different places and leave a new note. Again, a couple who apparently hired a cleaner to come to their house wanted to make sure this person was doing the job correctly, so they left them a note saying they hid 100 ducks throughout their home. And expected them to find all of them while they were cleaning and then fill up the jar.
And maybe just go viral. Because like you said, that's a thing too. I don't know. I mean, everyone's used services where you didn't get what you were promised or you were disappointed in, and then you shop around and you find somebody else to do whatever that thing is because it was crappy service. Same thing can happen in that situation, but that's
somebody actually
childish.
Somebody with a little bit of constructive criticism. This is actually a better idea. I used to clean houses as a teenager, and homeowners would leave tips in hiding spots. That's a better idea. Reward based, right? Oh, here's $5. Mm-hmm. Here's a tip for you. Thanks for cleaning under here. Somebody else said 10 ducks is fair, but 100 is just insane. By the way,
it's horrifying.
95% of the people in the comment section hate this thing.
Hate the 100 ducks, yes.
A few people did think it was a good idea. It was cool. One guy said, have you never hired cleaners? Some are good, others steal and snoop. Trust is earned. The people who can't handle being tested are snowflakes.
I don't know if the ducks is a test.
Well, look, if you're, I think that relationship takes a while to develop. You can't just let some stranger in your house because they were approved on some internet service, right? You got to maybe the first few times get to know them.
Like I said, if you look around and you're disappointed with the job that they did cleaning, it's either a conversation to say that these things are important to me or you just don't hire them anymore.
Got a text from Rich. Said, when we were house sitting the in-laws home while they were on vacation last year, I ordered on Amazon 260 miniature ducks.
Oh, I've seen that.
Hid them all over the entire house to see if they could find them, but that was just a harmless prank while watching a house. They still have not found 5 of the ducks.
Probably gave them something fun to do. I've seen a lot of people do that with that, where they're at their family or their in-laws or their...
We had somebody put pictures on our fridge that weren't our pictures. And we don't know who they are.
And they're not people you know.
No,
either.
they're just you just ran. And then one day, because you don't even look at that. That stuff just, we don't change it very often because we don't have kids with refrigerator work. So we just sort of put a bunch of pictures on the fridge and they're there. And occasionally you look and you're like, wait a minute. Where'd that come from?
They're the people that came in the frame.
Yeah. Thank you, Rich, for the text message. Elsewhere, there is a new museum. Speaking of, we were talking about today's Holocaust Memorial Day, and you were talking about the Holocaust Museum and Memorial in D.C. There is a different type of museum that just opened up in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and it's called the Museum of Personal Failure. Have you heard about this?
So what kinds of things are in there?
Well, people's failures.
For real?
Yeah. So the person behind it obviously is an artist. It's Avon Collins, and came up with the idea after a recent breakup, failed relationship. So this person put posters up around Vancouver with the headline, "Failures Wanted." It's a pop-up museum for now, not permanent, but in the museum, featured items include a dead plant, right? I had good aspirations when I took this thing home, and no matter what I did, I couldn't keep it alive. A divorced woman's wedding dress.
There has to be divorce paperwork or wedding
Some
dresses.
failed art projects, an entire wall of rejected job applications, and a producer's album that never went anywhere. So they spent all the time and money producing an album and doing the beats and
Then nothing
laying
ever
down the
happened.
tracks, and then nothing happened. Each one of the personal failures has a write-up next to it that explains the backstory.
It's a concept exploration, I've been calling it. It's people invited to express their experiences of failure in whatever way that they want to.
So this is I called it $33 bill failed album. These are some of the first musical ideas that I really ever came up with.
I make knives that have been sold all over the world. This is the first knife I finished in 2025, a year ago. And when I went to sharpen it, I found out that I couldn't sharpen it. Something was wrong with it.
The Museum of Personal Failures, opening up in Vancouver, British Columbia. A little pop-up there.
Who hasn't had those? Everyone.
Everybody's got personal failures. Plenty of them. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. And we have got Grant Bilse coming up in just a bit. Host of the Wisco Sports Show. We'll talk to him just after 8 o'clock.
Lots of sporting.
Yeah. And, of course, also going to get to bad news with happy music as well. So don't go anywhere.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you?
Right back to me.
Back to me.
Yeah. Got to learn to live with that failure, Gene, or put it in a museum.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
8:15-ish on Tuesdays, we're joined by the host of the Wisco Sports Show, the one and only Grant Bilse. You can hear his program weekday afternoons from 4 until 6 on radio stations all across the state of Wisconsin, including WKTY and La Crosse, Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire, and now in the Fox Valley, the Appleton area. What are the stations in that area?
The Score, both in Appleton and in Oshkosh, a signal in both. I apologize, I don't have them in front of me. I'm on so many affiliate sims, and I can't possibly keep all the numbers straight.
I know how it goes. Big time, big guy.
Big timer. So he's getting paid.
That is just the one I don't know.
Getting paid so well, he
true.
can afford an Airbnb. That's a verbo. He can afford one of those.
For a
I can travel
weekend
the
getaway.
country.
Yeah, weekend getaway.
Yeah.
Well, in this next week in San Francisco as well, although I won't be, Bill Michaels will be bankrolling that thing, and our Packers reporter Mike Clements. I'm along for the ride for that one.
Yeah, tell us about your trip. So will you take off for the Super Bowl when?
Saturday morning. Radio Row will be next Monday through Friday.
Yep.
So Bill's been doing it for, I think, close to 20 years. This will be my third year there with him. So then I get to, help get folks on his show. But then I'm lucky enough to do my show there from 4 to 6. So if I can get a couple interesting guests here and there, it's something I've been looking forward to the last couple of years. It's a lot of fun.
Well, I'll shoot you a text later this week, and we'll figure out what time works best for you next week while you're there in California to get you on the radio, because I know it can be kind of tough. A lot going on there, and guests and different times and all that stuff. So we'll figure it out. But we'll get you on live from the Super Bowl and the week leading up. Speaking of that, of course, let's get into it. AFC, NFC championship games, just a disaster of a game in Denver, but the Pats did what they had to do to win and are going to the Super Bowl for the 12th time. What's your reaction from that game?
Congratulations to your Patriots. I'm happy for you. Genuinely. That sounds sarcastic. I'm genuinely happy for you. That's always cool when your team gets to go to the Super Bowl. I'm a little underwhelmed because I watched all three of these Patriots games, and I don't think Drake May, who's had a tremendous year, played good in any of them. I think he made a couple throws against the Texans, and he ran around a little bit on Sunday, I guess. But that doesn't net you a Super Bowl appearance. Like, for most fans of most teams, if your quarterback plays meh for 3 playoff games and your kicker melts down on the road in the AFC Championship game, you're not going to the Super Bowl. Like, you don't get to go. That's not good enough. So watching this Patriots team, again, happy for you, happy for them. I feel like the bar that they just cleared was significantly lower than the bar that my team has tried to clear, or the bar that many other teams have tried to clear. So I think some fan bases are like, that's all right, that's a Super Bowl team. You hit a couple throws, you run around, and you just don't lose the game, I guess. You score 10 points or 13 points, whatever it was, and you're back in the Super Bowl, I guess.
Well, in the playoffs, that's all you need to do is win the game. You have to have one more point than the other team, and I know it's not sexy, and I know that as a sports guy, you got to break it all down, and you got to dissect it and all that crap. We have a show to do today, but a win is a win is a win in the playoffs, and you're going to the game, and the other team isn't, so I'll take it.
I guess. I would just like my team to occasionally have some playoff games where they only need to
There's
score
that jealousy.
points.
There's that jealousy. I love
That's it. That's just a little.
That's all right.
Although my Packers have had games like that, too. Like, they lost to the Niners in 2021. Their defense didn't give up a touchdown, and those idiots lost that game. So, again, there's a little jealousy, but also a recognition that sometimes that's how the game goes. Wow. And the games go, and my team has had those chances, and they haven't taken advantage.
Many years ago, the Pats had the Rams in the Super Bowl, and Tom Brady, the GOAT of all time, the greatest of all time, managed to put up 13 points, I think it was, against their 3. So, and it was very lackluster performance. But hey, you got the job done. You won the Super Bowl, and that's all that matters. The other game, of course, was those Rams, different iteration of the team, but the same Rams organization going up against the Seahawks, and Sam Darnold, a career revival here, essentially had a couple of nice teams there, but finally getting over the hill and going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I got to the gym yesterday morning. Subtle flex. I work out. And I don't know why I said that.
Hey, ladies.
The television.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
The television above the treadmill when I got there, I just looked up and I saw the lower third on ESPN was, has Sam Darnold done enough to silence the doubters? And I'm watching and I'm like, well, people can doubt all they want. He's in the Super Bowl. So, like, what does that even mean? I know people over the next 2 weeks are going to, well, that's Sam Darnold. Though Sam Darnold had to ball out in this game against the Rams. He didn't just have to manage the game. He didn't just have to not lose it. Very different game than the Patriots and the Broncos were in. If he doesn't throw for a handful of touchdowns and a couple hundred yards, or if he has a bad turnover too, they lose. Like, really, really impressed with Sam Darnold because the Rams played awesome. You could argue the Rams deserved and probably should have won that game had they not had bad special teams and had they not been a mess on special teams, which they've been all year. Very, very Packers-ish. I got a little PTSD watching the Rams, but the Seahawks talked about him. Really impressive team, smart head coach. I like how they operate. They're ran by a former Packers guy who's there under Ted Thompson, John Schneider, and they do things a little different. They traded away Russell Wilson, and people said, wow, that's so stupid. They hire a defensive coach. Why would you do that in a division with Shanahan and McVay? And I like when teams do things a little different, and it works. That's interesting to me. The day that all teams operate under the same formula and do the same things, that'll be boring. So I like the Seahawks. I'm pulling for them. Nothing against your Pats.
Hey.
I think I'll probably pull for the Seahawks, but again, I don't really have a dog in this fight.
We all we got, we all we need, Grant. I don't need you. I got it.
Patriots fans are so bad.
It is going to be you, dude. If you think I have some friends going, and I'm gonna let them know exactly where you are, so they might ring your bell here a little bit. Just be on the lookout because we're the loudest and we're the proudest.
You
and
can see them coming.
We all we got, we all we need.
They're not going to sneak up on you.
Grant Bilse of the Wisco Sports Show. We can talk more about the Super Bowl and get a prediction next week when we get you on the phone. Let's talk about Freddie Peralta, the trade to the Mets. The Brewers somewhat dismantling. I know it's early. The pitchers and catchers don't report for another, 2 weeks? 3 weeks, but opening day is just a stone's throw from now, March 26th against the White Sox. And Freddie Peralta, the big arm for the Brew Crew, going somewhere else. What are they going to do on the bump? What are the Brewers going to do this season? Are they going to bring anybody in or what? What's the sitch?
You are correct, by the way, that opening day is just around the corner. And is our bus trip sold out with Sealand's Carpet Land? If it is, we should get another one, but tickets should still be available.
We have one from Eau Claire and one from La Crosse, and the one from La Crosse I know is in the teens in regards to how many tickets are remaining. And if that sells out with plenty of time left. We might likely get another bus from lacrosse, so we'll see.
Well, excellent. WiscoTrips.com. Join us at opening day. Simpson and I might just be there. So Brewers fans are fine to be sad that Freddie Peralta's gone. He was here for 8 years. He was probably one of the most important locker room pillars up there with Yelich and Churio, but Churio's young. So, like, if you look at guys who have been there, had lots of big moments, forward-facing, face-of-franchise type guys, Freddie Peralta's probably 1 or 1A, 1B with Yelich at this point in his career. So it's sad that he's gone. But I don't think this is some great travesty or example of how baseball is cruel or unfair. He was here for 8 years. The Brewers extended him early, had lots of great performances and lots of great seasons. And he's about to turn 30 and probably not a wise investment for any team. The difference is the Mets can pay him and it doesn't matter, right? Or the Phillies or the Dodgers could pay him and they could be like, yeah, this isn't a great contract, but for us it doesn't matter. Matters for the Brewers. I don't want to, commit 5 or 6 years to a 30-year-old pitcher. And another thing, people around baseball were so offended by this that I saw, national columnists or shows or whatever. It's like, this is what's wrong with baseball. The Brewers win 97 games and they trade their ace. It's disgusting. It's like, okay, Freddie Peralta's a nice player. They didn't just trade prime Jacob deGrom here. Like, he's a nice pitcher, but not one that will be a good value on a 6 or a 5-year deal, for hundreds of millions of dollars at age 30. So I think it makes sense for the Mets. I think it makes sense for the Brewers. Great Brewers career. And Brewers fans, if you're like, we can never keep guys, I wish they could stay Brewers. That's about as good as you can do right there. They extended him early. They got 8 years out of him. They took him right up until probably the end of his prime. Like, well done, Brewers. A great career for Freddie Peralta. Sad to see him go, but I have no problem with it.
Well, we'll see what happens. Obviously, pitchers and catchers, again, reporting in just a few weeks. And then the season opener on March 26th against the White Sox in Miller Park is Grant Bilse mentioned.
American Family Field.
WiscoTrips.com, where you can find all the bus trips to Miller Park.
American Family Field.
Let's move on to Giannis, the injury on the calf. They're saying 4 to 6 weeks, and then Doc Rivers saying they're not quite sure how long that's going to be. The trade deadline is looming. This feels to me like there is a bit of an injury, but it's also one of those, hey, let's not injure him any further in case we want to actually trade him, right? You don't want to have him completely injured because then you lose some value there. They got to get rid of him, right? I mean, they got to trade him here.
We got to do something. My only take on the Bucks for the last 2 weeks or so is the only thing the Bucks are accomplishing right now is wasting everybody's time. They're wasting everyone's time. They're wasting Giannis's time. They're wasting, most importantly, their fans' time. If they had, by the way, some young coach that they're like, hey, we got our guy of the future, we're developing him, and Giannis might not be there for the long haul, and we might have an offseason coming up with some changeover, that's fine, but we feel like we got the coach and the general manager in place, then whatever, right? You take a gap year, you deal with the uncomfortables. They got friggin' Doc Rivers, who's a bent-over boob with legs. He's just squatting on the sideline. This team doesn't run anything. They don't do any, they're just wasting everyone's time. So I don't think they should trade Giannis at the deadline. If Giannis was going to take this approach to the regular season, which is, with all due, non-committal. Like, he's kind of mopey and he's not really coming across as all in. Well, if this is how you were going to go through the season, man, then you should have asked out in the summer. Save everybody's time. It would have been a bigger courtesy to your fans and your team, and it would have been a bigger courtesy to yourself. I don't really get it, and it's odd. I've never seen a player get injured in a game, Simpson and Gene, and come out and speak with reporters and say, yeah, it's probably going to be about 4 to 6 weeks. It's like, well, you haven't had an MRI. You're not a doctor. English is your second language, and you're giving me, you're giving me a medical diagnosis at minutes after a game. It was just very bizarre, and it certainly feels like, yeah, we're just going to shut this down because we can't let him get hurt again, and we suck. Like, that's what it felt like. It was very bizarre to give Giannis. We got a medical diagnosis from Giannis immediately after the game, which was bizarre, and I think telling.
Grant Bilse of the Wisco Sports Show each and every Tuesday on the phone at about 8:15. What do you got, Gene?
What do you think about the Super Bowl graphic conspiracy theory poster from the beginning of the season, and it's got the two quarterbacks right by the Lombardi Trophy?
I love all of this stuff.
I
don't believe in any of it, but I never want other people to stop believing in it.
I love it.
Whether it's the color of the logo or the players in the in the front of the graphic. It's not the craziest thing. It's the 1 and the 2 seed. So maybe they just, I don't know, maybe they did it that way. I don't know. Maybe it was just a graphic design choice. Let's be real. They probably used AI. because everybody uses AI. Nobody actually does work anymore.
So this whole thing is that what you're
Both
saying?
teams went into the season with 60-1 playoff odds to win the Super
and they
Bowl.
both
So, and then here they are, so close to the trophy, and the graphic predicted it.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. I love it. We need that chip. The Patriots. Oh, I love it. Give it to me. I'll eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I had a caller call my show last night who claimed that in the third quarter, the cabal, I think was the phrase that this caller used, the Illuminati turned the weather machines on under the Denver airport to stir up snow, to continue to push the narrative that we need to move all of these games inside, to turn the fans against the weather in in these outdoor stadiums, which I thought was a great conspiracy as well. I hope these conspiracies never go away. I have a hard time believing any of them because I think you would need to get the referees to accomplish something and be competent, and I think that's nearly impossible. But again, I want everyone else to continue to believe in this stuff because I think it's really entertaining.
It gives you juice, gives you something to talk about. The Bo Nix injury, that was occurred in the locker room. They were doing some kind of slip and slide. That was a conspiracy last week, and so I'm all about it. I'm here for it.
It's not scripted, is what you're saying. You don't believe the NFL is scripted.
No. I couldn't. Otherwise, why am I doing this job? Why am I watching sports? But here's something I do believe in. This is real. Simpson, if I was one of the better players on the Seahawks, Jackson Smith and Jigba, or Ernest Jones, or Eman Wari, the corner, I'm wearing a helmet and knee pads everywhere I go. If I cross the street, I'm wearing a bubble suit, the way that things have gone for the Patriots' opponents. Somebody's getting hit by a bus. Someone's getting run over by a train. Somebody's going to, Jonathan Lucroy, drop a suitcase on their hand and break it before this matchup with the Patriots. Yeah. That's how things are going for year two.
That is exactly what Felger said last week. He said that if the Rams win, you can see Puka Nacua get hit by a bus right after the game is over. Yep. And things are just breaking in the Patriots' favor with backup quarterbacks. And who knows, maybe Sam Darnold will injure his oblique worse than it is now. And he'll be out. Who's the backup for the Seahawks anyways? Do we know?
I think Drew Lock, former Bronco. Part of the Russell Wilson trade. Interestingly enough.
Mama. Give me Drew Lock twice on Sunday and every day of the week. Grant Bilse, always a pleasure. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll be in touch to set up something for next week while you're at the Super Bowl, okay?
Yeah, we'll figure something out. I appreciate it, you guys. And Simpson, congrats again. Things are breaking your way. It's about time something went your way over in Boston.
We all we got. We all we need.
Okay.
Good Lord.
I know. That's a lot.
I guess I maybe would have tried to choke it down.
Yeah. That's Grant on the weekends trying to choke it down.
Yeah,
he's his cabin.
Going to California.
Yeah, on Bill's dime.
Mm-hmm.
Must be nice.
I just want to know who the starting shortstop.
We'll ask him when we talk to him after the Super Bowl who the starting shortstop's going to be for the Brewers this year.
Wisco's Sport Zone, by the way, the app. I think you can watch him from California too. Listen and be part of that show while he's there. Maybe he'll talk to some Patriots.
See all of his muscles that he gets when he's working out. Bad News, Happy Music is next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril.
Now that's just nasty.
Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man. Florida Man. Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
South Carolina. New law going into effect on February 1st.
Right.
Fining car owners $500, maybe even some time in jail for having too much trash in your vehicle.
Oh, you mean when the back seat's all piled up and
Dude,
you can't see out? I know exactly.
The car. I don't need to go.
I know.
Look, I'm crazy with the OCD, so my vehicle tends to stay pretty clean. In the winter months, look, the floor mats, they're going to be a mess.
Stuff happens.
But everything else is well organized. I'm talking about these people that are driving around in a trash can. You know who you are. You know you're disgusting. You can't even see the seat. The dash is completely piled.
Yep,
I mean, we're talking about these guys.
So they're actually going to do something about that?
The law goes into effect on February 1st in Hilton Head, South Carolina. They say it's an attempt to limit the amount of rats in the area. So people's trashy-ass vehicles are leading to a rat infestation? Listed under a section called Conditions Affording Food or Harborage for Rats in public documents, the law says that accumulating garbage in any building, vehicle, and their surrounding areas in town is considered unlawful. It shall be unlawful for any person to place, leave, dump, or permit to accumulate any garbage, rubbish, or trash in any building, vehicle, and their surrounding areas in the town, so that the same shall or may afford food or harborage for rats. Any violation of this subsection shall constitute a nuisance.
They have an excessive rat problem?
Apparently, they've got an excessive rat problem. It states that violating the law shall be punishable by a fine not exceeding $500 or by imprisonment not exceeding 30 days or both. Now, this is obviously meant more for buildings and places where people are hoarding and having a lot of trash, and they're not taking their garbage out, and rats are coming around and finding a place to live and breed and do all the stuff.
Yeah, mice and rats and bugs and all that stuff.
But it also apparently applies to their vehicles as well.
Quiet, you trash.
Yeah, get rid of your trash is what it should say. I don't know how you drive around in that.
I don't either. When I see them, I'm always like, oh my gosh, wow. Ooh.
When I was like
Would you
20,
even know if stuff was rotting on the bottom, or
well, you got a dead cat under there. You've seen it on hoarders where they dig up all the trash and they find a bunch of dead animals underneath, their skeletons and stuff. Yeah, I was working on cars when I was in my early 20s, and there was a guy that would come in all the time, and you couldn't even you had to kind of slide into his front seat because of how much trash was in there. And I was like, I'm 20. I'm like, why the F are we working on this guy? Tell this guy to beat feet and get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? Tell him to go screw. I don't know why they kept working on this car, but I also don't know why you would shoot your gun at a plow driver with the winter weather we've been having. Some idiot opened fire on a snowplow driver that was clearing roads near Kansas City. Driver wasn't hit, thankfully. The cops have not.
So he's out doing his job?
Yeah, the guy's out there plowing roads. And some idiot just starts firing shots at this guy. Sounds like it might be a road rage thing. Look, we've all been stuck behind the plow truck. It's not fun. But I'd rather drive behind the plow truck on a somewhat cleared off road than in front of them where I could be end up in the ditch. This happened at about 9 a.m. in Parkville, Missouri, just north of the city of Kansas City. This guy was in a black SUV, fired multiple rounds, then sped off. They tracked him down in the city about 15 miles away and arrested him. He admitted that he did shoot at the plow, so at least they got the guy, I guess.
Have you ever fired your gun up in the air and gone, ah? No, I have not ever fired my gun up in the air and gone, ah.
You got to be really pissed to go shooting your gun off at the guy driving the plow truck.
They're a lifesaver. Why would you?
Just out there trying to do his thing, man. This happened in Canada. A 38-year-old man says he is embarrassed that he intentionally farted on two Mounties during an arrest last year. Not one, but two. He had two shots in the barrel.
So now he's saying, hey, that thing that happened last year, I'm embarrassed about that?
Yeah, apparently he was getting arrested and stuck his backside in front of one of them and said, "There's a present for you." And did it to the other Mountie as well, saying, "And another one for you."
I fart in your general direction.
And here comes another gift.
Yeah.
My gift to you.
Told a judge last week he feels bad that he stuck his rear end on two Mounties during his arrest last summer and farted on them both. Jeremy Robert Weldon is his name, said, quote, "It's embarrassing." He was, you think? He was in court for sentencing after he pled guilty in November to assaulting police officers, possessing stolen property, fleeing police in a vehicle, and driving with a suspended license. He was ordered to serve a 6-month conditional sentence with 2 months of house arrest and 4 months on a curfew. Ooh, the curfew, that's where they really get you. And then he must also complete 75 hours of community service.
So he was breaking the law and doing a bunch of things. It's just that the whatever it is, the insult to injury was the farting in your general direction.
Yeah. The Mountie that was running after him after all this went down drew his taser, and the offender eventually surrendered. When the officers were walking him from the police car to detachment or to the police station, he intentionally backed up to one of the mounts. He's pressing
Did he lift a leg?
his behind into his hip/groin area and, quote, farts on him, said the prosecutor.
Backwards with a
She added that
thrust.
Weldon followed the act by saying, quote, there's a present for you.
There's a present for you.
Then did the exact same thing to a second Mountie, adding, quote, and another one for you.
Yeah, come on over. Did he go do this with his leg? Did he pump it up?
He said, I didn't put my butt against him, but I was drunk and stupid, and I apologize. Whoa. Now, I did all the other stuff, all the crimes and the running.
But this part was embarrassing.
And I did the farting, but I didn't put my butt up against him. Let's not get into that here, lady.
Back the train up, back the...
This guy. Don't let anybody know I stuck my butt up against you.
Kickstart the bike, too.
This guy in Miami stole almost $500,000 worth of high-end toilets. How many toilets is that? How
From
expensive?
like a
How
home
expensive
improvement
is a
store?
high-end toilet?
Oh, I don't know. Depends on, is it one of those ones from
I don't know. What's the most
Kohler that has the...
What do you think the most expensive toilet you've ever seen is? I mean, I just replaced a toilet in my house a couple of years ago. It was a few $100s, but it's not a high-end toilet. It's just a toilet. It's like $300-400.
$2,300, $2,500. The Kohler one, that one that analyzes your poop, I think that's like $8,500. Remember
All right.
the one that...
Yeah, okay. He stole $400,000 worth of high-end toilets. That's like a semi-truck full of those things.
It is. It's a lot.
He was caught after a
40, 50 of them.
an employee of the store or the place where he stole them from saw him selling the toilets on Facebook Marketplace.
What?
That's where you go to sell all of your high-end toilets is Facebook Marketplace.
He stole them and then put them on Facebook Market.
Yeah, hashtag Florida man arrested after he allegedly defrauded a manufacturer of high-end bathroom products and stealing $400,000 worth of toilets and other materials. Okay, that was...
All right, they're the other materials.
Other materials. The guy's name is Paul Joe Gomez, accused of diverting company merchandise, including more than 400 toilets. Caught after an employee became aware in September of last year that someone was advertising and selling that corporation's smart toilets through Facebook Marketplace.
See, there you go. It was the smart toilets.
Yeah, not very smart, his decision to sell them online.
No.
Facebook Marketplace. We go from hashtag Florida man to hashtag Florida woman. A Florida woman with a wonderful mugshot, by the way, arrested for allegedly poisoning a plate of spaghetti that her roommate unknowingly consumed. Dude, that's how you get me. Oh, pasta.
So
you know what I'm not thinking twice about when I'm consuming pasta is whether or not it's been
I had some last
corrupted.
night. Delicious meat sauce, red meat sauce with some fresh.
Now, I don't know how you can't tell that there's bleach in this, but
There's
apparently
bleach.
Apparently she put bleach in her pasta. January 19th, so last week, Carolyn Marie Chalfant, a 63-year-old resident of Panama City, allegedly poured either bleach or peroxide into a pot of spaghetti that had been sitting on the stove. I guess maybe it's like the raspberry vodka. You mix it in with the Bloody Mary mix, you can't tell. The roommate told police that her friend there, Carolyn,
Her roommate with the hydrogen or the bleach,
had previously turned on the stovetop to heat up a container of spaghetti, then retreated to her bedroom. The individual helped themselves to the meal. However, after taking 4 bites, she noticed that it tasted really odd.
There you go.
Another individual in the home, boy, they got everybody living there, also tasted the spaghetti and noted that it tasted like bleach. Noted that the meal tasted and smelled like peroxide. According to police, it was reported that 2 bottles of peroxide had been sitting on the kitchen counter, which had allegedly been moved by Chalfant. This is the woman who did the bleaching. So they showed up. Noodles on the bottom of the pan were no longer the color of the spaghetti sauce. They were white. Spaghetti also had a strong chemical smell to it.
Was there any reasoning for this? Did she say what she was doing?
According to a news report, she lives in the home with a male victim, his wife, and their kids. That's a recipe for disaster. The victim told the police that the woman had been causing a lot of problems and trying to kick them out, and that she was always intoxicated. Woman has not yet been formally charged, nor has she entered a plea. Next court date is in February. But again, had herself arrested and has a stellar mugshot, by the way. I'd move out. Somebody bleaching.
It's time for you to go. And
bleaching your noodles?
She can't just say you got to get out of here or change the locks. She's got to.
4 bites before you notice it tastes odd.
Oh, maybe it's late at night and you're like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, it's not fine.
What kind of sauce is this? Maybe?
Hey, this tastes really, really weird. You want to taste some too? Sure.
This a vodka sauce? That's how you get me, though. Put some stuff in my pasta.
You're 4, 5, 6, 7 bites in before you're tasting it. If it's in like a ravioli or some sort of a Alfredo or something.
What are you doing with all that stuff on the countertop near where the food is? That's another problem. Bleach and peroxide and all this stuff, yeah. Bad news with happy music. On Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get to our daily check-ins after Finger 11.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Rockmornings.com is the website where you can find all of our contact info if you want to get in touch with us. Got a text from my guy Jake over at Twisted Skull, said, can you light a fart with a taser?
I don't know.
I've seen farts get lit by lighters.
I had a roommate who was exceptionally skilled at that.
I'm assuming that if you had a taser, you could blow some fart gas through it and it would light on fire.
Like if you listed all his things that he was good at and could do well, he was really like on command. You know, it was almost pro level.
He was going to go pro.
It was
you
almost.
Drafted in the first round.
That's how good he was at it. Yeah.
Stupid human skills.
Yes.
Got a text from Colton. Said, never been a Patriots fan, but it's cool to see them back on top without Brady and Belichick. I told you there's this weird amount of support from people out of nowhere for the Pats this year. It's very strange. Not a lot, but just, more than there ever used to be.
Well, yeah, because they hated him. Everybody hated him.
Text from Dan much earlier this morning talking about our texter, the guy who signed up for some sort of home improvement using the name Don, but our phone number. Mm-hmm. And we're getting multiple text messages from multiple companies looking to schedule an appointment.
That bathroom remodel.
And Dan letting us know that he dealt with a similar situation, kept getting calls on his work cell phone for Jacqueline. Apparently she is or was a nanny. For 8 years, I was getting calls and text messages for nanny jobs. Brenda texted in and said, go Patriots, go. Thank you very much.
Oh, Brenda.
Also got a email earlier today from Matthew. He said, the worst / funniest phone number prank I've heard of was someone writing another person's phone number inside of a construction site porta potty, which is, a lot of interesting people going in there.
A lot of stuff happening in there.
Instructions to text pictures of your finished business from the porta potty
to this guy's phone number.
The recipient of the prank eventually had to change his number because his number never got removed from the porta potty, and he kept getting pictures
moved from job site to job
for
site
over a year.
Yeah.
That's not good. That is not good. Thank you very much for all of the correspondence. Always good to hear from you guys. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Stay warm. Be careful out there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.